Today I will be recording my informative speech, The Life and Legacy of Dr. Seuss, by me, Emily Keller. How many of you read a Dr. Seuss book? Cat in the Hat? Green Eggs and Ham? The Lorax? Dr. Seuss once said, "You can find magic wherever you look. Sit back and relax. All you need is a book." Today I'm going to tell you about the extraordinary life of Theodore Seuss Giselle, otherwise known as Dr. Seuss, the hero of children's literature. First, I'll tell you who Dr. Seuss was and how he became a writer. Second, I will share with you his greatest accomplishments. And last but not least, I will share with you Dr. Seuss's legacy and how it lives on forever. First, let me tell you about who Dr. Seuss was and how he became a writer. Theodore Seuss Giselle was born in Springfield, Massachusetts on March 2nd, 1904. An interesting fact is that Dr. Seuss's last name is German, and the actual pronunciation of Seuss rhymes with voice. However, the American pronunciation rhymes with juice, and that is what has stuck. Dr. Seuss grew up during World War I. He expressed this gave him a sense of patriotism that stuck with him for the rest of his life. As a young boy, he was a scout who worked hard to sell U.S. war bonds. He sold so many that he was set to receive a reward from President Theodore Roosevelt. During the reward ceremony, Roosevelt ran out of medals and questioned why Seuss was even there. This left Seuss with extreme stage fright. After that incident, he sometimes skipped out on public speaking altogether. After high school, Dr. Seuss went off to earn his bachelor's degree in literature from Dartmouth College. At Dartmouth, he became chief editor of the school magazine. During this time, he was caught drinking gin with 9 friends in his dorm room. As a result, the dean insisted he resigns from all extracurricular activities. To get around this ban, Seuss started submitting work signed by Dr. Seuss. Doctor, because his dad always wanted him to study medicine. This is how Dr. Seuss's famous name was born. After Dartmouth, Seuss started to further his education and did some post-grad studies. However, he never earned his doctorate degree. He did explore a job in advertising, where he illustrated ads that looked strikingly similar to his children's book illustrations. Seuss had always been passionate about reading. He feared there were children out there who were not learning to read. According to Rachel Gillett, a writer from Insider, while stuck on a ship returning home to the United States from Europe, Dr. Seuss heard a thump, thump, thump. This rhythm, mixed with his passion for reading and writing, inspired him to write his first children's book, And to Think I Saw It on Mulberry Street. Although we know Dr. Seuss is a successful children's book author and illustrator, getting there was not that simple for him. After writing And to Think I Saw It on Mulberry Street, Seuss pitched the book. He was rejected 27 times. Dr. Seuss felt hopeless. He had been beaten down by all this rejection. He was ready to admit defeat and destroyed the book. Shortly before, he ran into an old friend who read it, loved it, and published it. Dr. Seuss has many accomplishments. As stated by Marilyn L. Genesis, a writer from Insider, Dr. Seuss went on to publish more than 40 children's books. Some of his most known work includes Horton Hears a Who, The Cat in the Hat, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Dr. Seuss's books are creative and set up a way for children to learn reading through rhyme. He was the first author to write children's books this way, and that alone is a major accomplishment, not to mention the variety of awards he won. Seuss received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on March 11, 2004, 9 days after the celebration of his 100th birthday. Third, I will explain the ongoing legacy that Dr. Seuss left for all of us and generations to come. Dr. Seuss passed away on September 24, 1991. He was 87 years old. At this time, his 60-plus books had been translated into 20 languages and had sold over 200 million copies. Palmioco, Access 2/24/2022. Dr. Seuss' last book before he died was Oh, the Places You Will Go, which was published just 1 year before his death. Dr. Seuss's legacy. Theodore Seuss Giselle's legacy is one of true inspiration. Some people have even called him the modern Mother Goose. His books have proven not to just be your average fairy tale or Cinderella story. Dr. Seuss's books include lessons of respect, gratitude, being yourself, taking care of the earth, and education will take you far. Dr. Seuss was a leader. He used his art and literature to influence society. According to Eileen Batters, a writer of the Irish Times, if one man could claim to have single-handedly taught millions of children to read, that teacher would have to be Theodore Seuss Giselle. Dr. Seuss's legacy lives on across the world. In schools, libraries, department stores, your home, and most importantly, our memories. Few people have walked this earth leave a positive message that stretches across continents. Dr. Seuss is one of them. Today I've told you a little bit about Dr. Seuss's background and how he started his writing career, his accomplishments, and finally I told you about Dr. Seuss's legacy. Next month on the 2nd is Dr. Seuss's birthday, and I hope you decide to celebrate him, as well as by indulging in some reading and embracing your inner child. Dr. Seuss once said, "You can find magic wherever you look. Sit back and relax. All you need is a book." My 2-year-old son Carter and I both love Dr. Seuss books. Seuss inspires us to have those harder conversations while keeping them light-hearted. Dr. Seuss was an educationist, an activist, an environmentalist, and an artist. In conclusion, Dr. Seuss was a memorable man with a lifetime of knowledge that we can all learn from.